But speaking of Trump, what I found very interesting, which everybody try to make it into something. So LeBron James and some of the Cleveland Cavaliers decided not to stay at the Trump hotel, one of the Trump hotels
in New York.
In New York.
They're there tonight.
And you know, people was like, oh, like he trying to make a statement and blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't just him. It was a couple other teammates. And that's the team's official hotel. And he said that's just his personal decision. Like, he said that would be no different if he went to a restaurant. I just choose not to go there. I just rather not. Now, I don't see what the big deal is because it's not the first time, and there's other teams that are doing that actually right now, and they've been doing it. So I don't know why they made it a big deal now that they found out LeBron and Cavaliers was doing it, like
because it's
the
LeBron
Vikings
and
stuff, and like it's other ones that aren't staying at Trump
it's
hotels
NFL teams
too.
that announced it a long time ago.
Yeah, like it's other NBA teams, NFL teams that are not doing it. So it's like, okay, like so, like what's your point? Okay. But yeah, so shout out to them. Don't sleep there. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of iffy because I do want to go to the Trump Hotel in D.C. to the bar because it is a nice restaurant, I heard. But I don't want to put my money in there. But yeah.
I feel you.
And the last thing I want to talk about, which matter of fact, I should not even talk about because I could talk about this all night. And
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
So there was a lot of my Instagram feed, like this one post, people have been going in on this post for the last 3 days, like to the point that everybody going at each other. Like people take stuff personal. So Tammy Waka Flocka's wife from Love and Hip Hop made a comment that she said actually was taken out of context, but it could have been, but she said it on TV before too, so it's like whatever. Long story short, he's cheated on her. Who don't know that? I know somebody that he cheated with. But even on Love and Hip Hop, like you see their relationship, and she's like, you know, he's not appreciating me. He's cheating. Stuff is on social media. You know, nowadays jump offs post the pictures for you to see. So she getting embarrassed in these streets, basically. Over the summer, you start seeing them trying to, I guess, get back together. She has a daughter. And I like her, though. Like, I really do genuinely like her. But I feel like everybody's relationship is their relationship. You know what works for you. Like, somebody's been cheated on before, you took somebody back. Like, it happens. But the comment that she made was basically kind of excusing the situation. She was saying that because Waka didn't grow up in a household with a father, that he don't know no better, basically. Like, sad to say, and I don't mean no disrespect to nobody, nowadays a lot of men grow up in a household with not a father. That does not mean you don't know right from wrong. Like, you don't need a man to teach you. You don't cheat on your wife. You don't bring STDs home. You don't get somebody else pregnant. Like, you don't embarrass me in these streets.
Brought something home?
I ain't gonna say what it is, but so yeah, you just don't do that. And then again, whether it's behind closed doors and you're like everyday people or you're a celebrity, it's worse to me when you're a celebrity because all of this stuff is on TV. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, you should never have your spouse, whether it's man or woman, out here looking crazy. Like, you shouldn't be in a room and people can be like you just the speculation. You shouldn't even have to. But besides that, she also said that women that choose to leave are weak. So I guess that make her strong because she decided to fight for her relationship, which I don't knock that. Fight for your relationship. We've all been in situations where ish got real, and if you really care, I mean, I get it. That's what marriage is. It's not a boyfriend and girlfriend situation. You don't just be like, all right, you piss me off, I'm out. No, marriage, you do fight for what it is, but there's a limit to me. And if you even got me out here having to explain why you do the things you do, I look dumb. I'm sorry. And I don't knock her for fighting for her marriage. I applaud that. But I don't think that you should downplay the women that choose to walk away and not put up with that and call them weak because they do. Because those are the same women that think you're weak for staying. So it like I said, social media has been lit all week with that. Like, the comments are crazy. There's this one lady one young woman that commented. And if I can scroll through them 50 some comments, she basically said that, and like after that, everybody's like heart and softened up. Like she was in a situation where her husband, she found out her husband was cheating on her, and she's battling cancer. And she was like, am I weak because I decided to walk away while he's supposed to be supporting me because I'm fighting this battle with my kids and I got cancer and all this other, like it was like all of this in an Instagram comment. Like she just, when also I decided to just follow her just because I was like, dang, because everybody was tagging her like prayers up to you, like she outside of her story, like she gave a decent message in the midst of that, you know what I'm saying, while everybody on there arguing. And it's very sad because it's like, dang, you going through this and he can't be there for you, he doing that. And I don't think that actually makes her strong, because she could have been like, I need somebody to be there with me.
Exactly.
Even though he doing this, I need the support. No, she got bigger battles to deal with. So yeah, we'll see how that relationship paying out.
I got too much stuff going on in my own life to worry that much about what's going on in other people's lives.
Right.
But that's one of the things that I hate about social media, because social media has pretty much just given people like the empowerment to think that their opinion matters when it really doesn't. Like,
or people don't understand that it is an opinion.
Right.
Like nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
Exactly.
We're all different people, and everybody will argue you down that you're wrong.
If you don't agree with me,
that's
you're
what I
hating.
would do. Like it ain't even the same. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's what the lady, she said she's going through a divorce after 15 years of marriage and 4 kids. He would not stop cheating, and I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer last year. Girl, power to you. Get out of there. Like that's crazy. Like if somebody not gonna keep doing it, like, and because she left, she weak apparently. Okay. I don't know. No shade. These new generation of wives is crazy.
But shame on that man for not being there for his wife that's going through that.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I should be like, girl, tag him.
Put him on blast, right?
You know me, I put you on blast. But no, that's crazy. Like I said, I mean, everybody's relationship, to each his own. You know who you dealing with. I hope he stopped cheating on him, but he ain't. That's just how I feel.
You mean as far as Waka?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, that's not going.
That's not going. But hey, I just hope that, and I think like she said, the comment she said about him not being raised with a father. Also, in the same sense, she said that her mom gave her this advice, told her growing up. So it's crazy because she has a daughter herself. And it's like, please don't pass the information on to your daughter, because your daughter sees you crying and sees you hurt, and your daughter's on TV with y'all, and she can go on social media and see that he's doing this to her mother. Like, that's just type of advice you don't need to pass along. Like, if a man, when you get married, you fight for it, no matter what he do. Like, that's like the Michelet, like, Lifetime movie. When her mother taught her that if a man hit you, what did you do to make him hit you? Like, you must have did something. Like, the message that these people is getting nowadays, that's the problem. Like, y'all just keep passing down these advice. Like, no, that's not cool.
I don't like the message, because as a man who, if my father walked up to me in the street and punched me in my face right now, I wouldn't know it was my father. Couldn't tell you 2 things about him except for the fact that when I was about 4 years old, he lived around the corner from here. But like, if my father was if he was on drugs, or if he was like a criminal and spent time in jail, if I choose to do that stuff as an adult, I can't blame that on him. Like, he didn't pass me down like any drug genes, or you know what I mean? There's nothing that he passed me in my blood. If anything, not having someone in your life should make you stronger and make you a better parent, whether you be the mother or the father. So I can't buy that excuse, just because your father did it, he did such and such.
I think so many times people put the blame on situations. I'm one of those people that don't believe that, whether it's men or women. Like, I grew up not with both my parents in the same household, but very present in my life since I was born. I've never not had my dad around. But I also was raised, like, if anybody knows me, y'all know I'm crazy about my father, and my father has raised me a certain way that I have very high standards. Always have. However, that's not to say I haven't had bad relationships. You know, I was always told you don't let a man disrespect you. Don't let him put his hands on you. You don't let him do that. I was in a very bad domestic relationship. Like, you know, so those things, I can't blame it like, oh, you can't say like, oh, I grew up with no daddy, or but I grew up with one, and it's like the choices you make as an adult is for what's for you,
right.
and you can't put that on anybody else. And that's no different. Like if I wanted to say that, you know, some of the stuff that I went through is because of what I saw, you know, in my household. I'm iffy on that too, because if anything, if I saw that, I shouldn't be like that's learned behavior. I should be like, I know that's what I don't want, and that's why it doesn't make sense. Yeah, like that's crazy to me. So I just hope that, like I said, I think that I can commend her for, in which this is all gonna tie into my show on January 6th, because I think that the value of marriage is not the same as it used to be. So I can kind of respect that she's young and is like, I'm married and I'm going to fight for my marriage. But at the same time, there are vows that were said too. So, I mean, if that person, if you got to feel like you got to keep giving person a chance after chance after chance, when do you realize that that person ain't in it with you? Like, apparently, that doesn't make sense. So I just think that, like I said, the advice and the message that's being passed down from generation to generation, and I'm not even saying like old generation, like the newer generation, apparently, because it's like the grandmothers are getting younger, the mothers are getting younger. Like the message that's being handed down is, I think it's gonna be a disaster. Like as time goes on, like it's messed up. Like that's just how I feel.
It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah, and that's like crazy. Like you just gonna keep passing the same thing down. Like he gonna cheat, but like. What? And then, like, matter of fact, let me put somebody else on blast while I'm at it. Girlfriend with the Ravens. She made a comment because she was on a reality show, Wags Miami. And long story short, one of the other chicks that was a friend of hers kind of lit up like, I'm going to talk to you in private. I heard something about your dude. And she didn't want to hear about it. Now, I get it. Some chicks be like, I don't care. I don't want to know. Like, it is what it is. But when they kind of was joking with her about like, oh, like if he cheats on you, what would you do? And she was like, you know, people don't know what you'll do until you in that situation. That's what I can say firsthand. Everybody be like, oh, I know what I would do. You don't know unless you in it. But they asked her like jokingly, like, are you in an open relationship? And she was like, not really. No, it's a no or yes. And when they asked her to elaborate, to me, you're giving this man the green light to go. So they have a child together. She said they've been dating since they were like 18, 19, 20, 21, around that time frame. And she told him then, I know we're young. She's like, if you ever feel the need that you got to step out on me, don't let me find out about it.
Oh, so she put that out there before you even had money.
And then she's saying now, like, it's not like I'm like handing him condoms, like, here, be safe. No, but you might as well say, you better be slick about it. It's like in the same instance, she'd be like, yeah, I check phones, I do this, I do that. And girls be DMing. But it's kind of like you set the tone then that you say,
early,
if you feel the need to. And y'all not even engaged or married yet.
Right.
And here y'all are years later, still together, still no ring, a baby. And you just like, I mean, it's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell. Like if I don't know, I don't find out about it. But the minute these shows come on TV, you know, everybody, because as soon as I seen the premiere, I was like, all y'all together? And then the timelines don't make sense. And the other people posting like, oh, that's his girl? So, yeah. Y'all got.
She kind of set that up for failure early, though, when she put that out there.
Yeah.
Because you knew it was going to get worse once he got money. So I don't know if she thought that he would make it as far as he has, but she put that out there and set that up for failure from the jump. So
yeah, that's crazy.
And they're still not married after all these years?
Nope.
Wow, she can't even claim, but
I mean, but she said she got her man on lock. But shout out to Mike Wallace. Shout out for that win.
Shout out to anybody that's got him on lock. That's what's up.
Shout out to them side chicks. Beyonce said, dust to side chicks. I don't play. I'll kill you. Yes, I said that live. I'll kill you.
Jeez. And she's not playing. I saw the pocketbook.
With a
I saw the
smile.
pocket with a smile. We want to remind everybody to stay connected with us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at radioonfire.com for your chance to win prizes and surprises and tickets to Jen's next concert at the Wembley Center in London.
Oh, okay. What I'm doing?
We singing.
I don't sing.
I'm rapping. Mixtape tour.
Okay.
All right, man. And of course, y'all can find out that and much, much more by logging into www.jenwiththejuice.com, the best blog site. I don't care what they said last night at the Baltimore Music Awards.
He said it, not me.
I said
Shout
it.
shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody that won.
I ain't no hater.
No.
Congratulations to whoever won.
Congratulations.
I don't even know who, but congrats. So.
Nah. Salute to all of the winners at the Baltimore Music Awards last night. We're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be back with my girl, Shy. This is Baltimore Flavor Radio, radioonfire.com.